your journey into the heart and soul of Greece. And now, member-supported Hellenic Public Radio Cosmos FM 91.5, a bilingual Greek-American radio program coming to you every day through WNYE 91.5 FM from the Demetrius and Georgia Kaloidis Broadcasting Studios to the greater New York area and worldwide through cosmosfm.org. Our programs air Monday through Friday from 7 to 8 p.m., Saturdays from noon to 3:30 p.m., and Sunday mornings from 9 to 1:30 p.m.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. You are listening to Hellenic Public Radio, Cosmos FM 91.5 on WNYE in New York. I'm your host, Anna Eliopoulos, and tonight we're going to be talking about an online music festival. It usually happens in person in the summer in Cyprus, but Fengaros, which is presented by Louvana Records, has decided to give the artists that they would usually have on their stages in the summer a chance to show their music to the world. And kicking it all off, coming this Sunday, is the group Lalia. And with us today to speak about it is Konstantina Xenofontos from the group Lalia. Konstantina, thank you so much for being on the program.
Hello, Anna. Hello from Cyprus. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure. I'm very excited to talk with you about Lalia and our participation to Fengaros Reacts.
So what is Lalia? How did this get created?
Well, Lalia is a newly formed choir which started out in October 2019 and focuses mostly on Greek traditional music. This is to say not just the music from mainland Greece, but also music from each of the surrounding regions that speak or in the past used to speak the Greek language in its various dialects. So the word Lalia is a Greek word with a double meaning. It means voice or speech, the ability to speak. It also means the language spoken, for example, Greek. So we can say that this term includes in a way the various regional linguistic idioms and musical characteristics. That's how the name came about. Creating a choir that studies and performs traditional music in this way, as presented on January 10th, was a great personal dream and a need I had during the last few years. It was also something that I felt was missing in Cyprus. In the beginning, I thought that only I felt this way, but I soon met many like-minded people and decided to move forward. So that is how Lalia got started.
And I would imagine that's why you decided to focus your choir on that, because there was a desire, not only from you, but from this group of people to bring attention and focus to this type of what we call paradosiaka or traditional or folk songs.
Yes, of course. And also because for many people, traditional music is something very much alive and a part of our daily life.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great companion in a joy and sorrow, and through it we socialize and express ourselves.
Well, I want to give our audience a little taste of what Lalia sounds like. So ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to Hellenic Public Radio, Cosmos FM 91.5 here on WNYE in New York. I'm your host, Anna Eliopoulos, and we are speaking with Konstantina Xenofontos of Lalia.
Love.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, you are listening to Cosmos FM 91.5. And if you want to hear Lalia in person, well, as in person as you can get during this time, they are kicking off the Fengaros Reacts Music Online Festival that is starting this Sunday, January 10th at 9:15 p.m. Eastern in Cyprus. That is 2:15 in the afternoon here in the New York City and East Coast area. And we are speaking to their founder, Konstantina Xenofontos. Konstantina, this music is so powerful and so moving because it has, roots for our people. And that, I imagine, is one, again, another one of these reasons that you decided that this group, which, by the way, the group is how many people now?
Now it's 13 people, but in the performance we will be 10 because of the restrictions.
Sure. And getting together all these people to kind of bring voice to this type of music is really inspiring to hear something that is so familiar within us.
Exactly. As you said, this music it's coming from our past. This music was passed down through the years, mostly through oral tradition. This way, a kind of unconscious, natural, we can say, selection has occurred. A filter that transforms, adapts, and allows the best to pass. The songs most loved by the people. And they are so many. They are countless.
Of course.
So, in our approach as a choir, we feel that each one of them is a small diamond carrying its innate beauty. All it takes is a little dusting to let it shine again. We would like to share this shine with others, inviting everyone to express themselves through this music.
And it's going back to something that you said earlier. I mean, you said you formed in October 2019. That's right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
you formed maybe like roughly half a year before the coronavirus pandemic really began worldwide. I mean, as a group of musicians, as you mentioned, you're usually a group of 13, but you're only going to be able to have 10 people with you. This shows some of the challenges that musicians are facing, not only during the COVID restrictions, but also during the lockdown. How are you as musicians dealing with that issue, especially as a large group of people?
Yeah, well, it's true that since our beginning and before a few months had passed, the pandemic began and lockdown followed.
Yeah.
Events and projects we planned were cancelled. And for many months, we couldn't see each other, not until circumstances allowed it. And certain restrictions were put in place. But we tried our best to stay in touch with each other and with our music. It was very difficult, even when we did manage to start rehearsing again, limiting the number of people that could meet in person, keeping our distances, wearing masks, and so on. It's very difficult for a choir since our voices are distorted through the mask.
Yeah.
And it's somewhat harder to listen to each other. But we didn't give up. I would carry a laptop to each rehearsal in order to give other members the chance to participate from home at the same time. We made the decision to carry on and keep the spirit up in our studying and our meetings, always observing the regulations and restrictions that were set. Yeah.
And somehow, in all this craziness, this led to you guys getting involved with the Fengaros Reacts online festival. How did that connection happen? How did you get involved with Louvana Records?
Well, as I said before, many projects were cancelled due to the pandemic. Collaborations we had planned couldn't happen, and it was difficult to plan ahead. Just when things didn't seem to get any better, Louvana Record invited us to take part in Fengaros Reacts. This was welcomed with much enthusiasm.
I would imagine.
Yeah. On the one hand, because we would take part in something so beautiful and creative amid the pandemic. And on the other hand, because we knew of the great work Louvana Records and Fengaros through their productions in Cyprus each year. So we happily accepted, of course.
Mm-hmm. And in speaking to musicians during this time, I feel for most of them it's a double-edged sword, because for most working musicians and also for those that are, amateurs, their love of music is expressed in its performance. And the coronavirus has basically made live performances, very hard to accomplish. So people have gotten creative and are doing things online, just like the Fengaros Reacts Festival is going to be. Mm-hmm. But some of them are seeing the positive point of view in this and being optimistic about it, saying that by doing things online, they're able to present their music, their work, to an audience that maybe might not have been able to be in one place to see it live. Do you see it the same way? How do you, as part of this group, feel presenting your music, not just in Cyprus, as a Fengaros festival would have been, but to a global audience?
This is a very interesting question. Yeah, we are very excited to present our work abroad. We are also a bit nervous, mm-hmm. But our enthusiasm is much greater. We look forward to share our beloved traditional songs with everyone, and we hope to bring some joy to anyone having a hard time during this period. So we would love to communicate with people abroad, but not such opportunity had came about so far, mostly due to the situations we are all in. Mm-hmm. The pandemic, for better or worse, has incited many organizations to provide online services mm-hmm. in order to keep people in touch with artistic productions. Of course, nothing can substitute a live performance, an mm-hmm. in-person audience, but during this crisis, this is the best and safest way possible. And Fengaros Reacts gave us this opportunity, supporting as well the contributing artists through the public donations. So I think there is also a bright side mm-hmm. on this whole situation.
Well, Konstantina, I am so excited, not only for this opportunity for you and the group Lalia, but also for all the artists that are participating. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to check out the Fengaros Reacts Festival, Lalia, Konstantina's group, along with the various other singers and musicians that are a part of it, are going to kick off the festival online once again this Sunday at 2:15 Eastern here on the East Coast, 9:15 local in Cyprus. That will be on Louvana Records' Facebook and YouTube pages and channels, as well as Fengaros Festival's Facebook and YouTube pages. If by some chance you happen to miss the live performance, you will be able to stream it afterwards. And besides Lalia, there are going to be a variety of other performers set throughout the month. So you'll get a chance to really hear some amazing local talent, all at the press of your fingertips. And we're going to be speaking with one of them coming up soon. Konstantina, thank you so much for being on the program. I can't wait to see your guys' set and really get a taste of what amazing work that you're doing there.
Thank you very much, Anna. I hope you will enjoy our performance and stay safe. Yeah.